together so they can try things. How about it? It's podcast so that you can try things. Now we will stop singing so that we can all now try this.
Hello and welcome to Now Try This, the podcast where two best friends get together every week to discuss their favorite things. And sometimes those things come from you.
Oh my goodness, welcome everyone, because this episode is about stuff that was decided on by you. What the hell does that mean? That means it was powered by Patreon.
Patreon.
Which means everyone at patreon.com/nowtrythiscast voted on what we would try this week, because this is a trying podcast. One of us, either me, Nick, or that guy over there, Marcus. Say hello, Marcus.
Hello, Marcus.
And we challenged the other one to try something we love, something dear to us, something from our past, something current, just something we're excited about. That feeling you have of wanting to share something you love with your friend and the friend won't do it. Well, we started a podcast, so we had to. And this week, our patron Tazam has suggested The Color Purple, the 1985 film. And so we have watched said film, and we will do said film. But don't worry, because this fun, once you pop, you just can't. No, I don't want to get sued.
What?
Once you join, you feel it in your loins, because that's the Patreon. And now try this.
Let's go. That's the energy we need for this episode.
Patreon.com/Now Try This Cast.
Hell yeah. Bring Dab will never die.
If you are a $5 tier member, you can suggest what we do, and then you're just gonna do $1, and then you get to vote. Next month it will be open soon. Please jump back in to decide what we're doing next month. And we also have a Discord. We just started up. We would love for you to join. You can go ahead and get the link to that at patreon.com/nowtrythiscast.
I don't know why you dabbing brings me an insane amount of joy, because I know that you would do it in public if prompted or like dared to, but naturally I don't think you would dab in public.
Marcus, I do dab in public.
But on stage or in person or just conversational? That's different. Okay. I was wrong.
Not that much in person. It's like a joke you do like once a month. Just every once in a while. If you find it, listen, I don't dab for no reason, but if I have an opportunity to dab, I swellst dabst. Little Shakespearean for you.
Wow, I didn't know. He's such a learned scholar over here.
But guys, if you like what's going on over here, last week we did The Perfect Match, the Netflix dating show. We've done beautiful things like The Last of Us, the Matilda musical. We've done all sorts of things. Go ahead and check our backlog. But Marcus, next week, when we're not brought to tears by our fans, what will we be doing on the podcast?
Man, I gotta say real quick, our patron is real depressing. We got an anime about depression last month, and this month we got just The Color Purple, which if you've watched it, you're gonna cry. It's gonna be sad.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, tell them what, please.
So guys,
do something different.
So our current patrons, I love them to death, but they're here trying to make us cry every month. So if you could join the Patreon and put some good, funny comedies up there,
just some dumb shit, just some dumb, stupid, goofy stuff.
Give us Cocaine Bear. Give us something.
Oh God, please don't give us cocaine. That looks awful. I don't want to do Cocaine Bear.
I can't afford to buy more tissues. Okay, I'm sad out.
Can't sad it out.
Anymore. Okay, but you said it was my time to give you a challenge, right?
That's usually the point of the podcast.
Nick,
we're at.
I have so much stuff, like kind of in my backlog that I love.
Sure.
I have like games that I'm kind of waiting till you maybe have more time for, like when we're going to take some time off. That's fair. I got books. I've been reading a lot of books recently. I've been a lot of stuff I want to share with you.
Last time one of us gave the other person a book, the podcast stopped for a year and a half. So I hear
you.
I got it.
But
I'm here.
But that's hard because all that stuff is like time-consuming stuff that I consume like in bite-sized chunks. So movies and TV wise, I pretty much have only been watching stuff for the podcast. for the podcast, or like The Last of Us, which was we did already. So I try to think of something that I really, really, really did enjoy recently. It is not a book. It is a comic book, though.
Okay.
And
nerd.
I look, man, you got to read what you got to read. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, whatever.
I feel like in between books, I'm reading comics, and it makes me feel good.
I will say, if you ever want to give me a book, we don't have to do the book all at once. This can be a book club situation. You can give me a little bit of it. You can give it to me in spurts. We can do
okay.
like a third and a third
Okay.
and a third, a half and a half.
Okay, yeah. I just read, not just, but Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow is incredible. And that will be if we do a book challenge, that will be your book challenge later.
That's too many
But
tomorrows.
It is a lot of tomorrows. But the book challenge for you that I'm going to give you now is a comic book series, 12 issues long, called
Okay.
The
That's nothing.
Nice House on the Lake. Now, I don't want you to look things up for it because,
I have to find it.
Sure. Like a lot of things I want to give you, if you read the premise, it kind of ruins the fun of the comic
won't.
book.
James Tynion, he did some Batman stuff. I love that guy.
Yes, he's done a lot of good stuff. He's a great writer. He dabbles in horror, and I feel like he crushed it. I feel like I really, really enjoyed this book series.
You already spoiled it. It's horror? Come on.
I've only read the first volume, but I'm going to read the second half of the second volume and reread the first volume, and I want you to also read both volumes, and we will come together and talk about it.
Oh, I have a lot of time out in the world. Maybe I'll I'll sit in Starbucks. I'll sit in Barnes & Noble thing and read it for free.
Maybe, yeah. So the comic book, again, is called The Nice House on the Lake by James Tynion, for those of you who want to do the challenge with us.
All right.
It's just about a bunch of friends who go on the lake, just having a good time on the lake.
Nice romp.
And nothing
nice
bad
romp.
happens.
Just a nice good old romp on the lake. You think
good time.
I'm when you say that, I'm thinking like Degrassi. I'm thinking the summer I turned pretty, like fucking teeny bop, like all the boys I knew last summer, or
this
to
is just
the boy,
like that.
whatever.
To all the boys I love, this is just like that.
I love it. All right, a whole bunch of friends on a lake. It's like you, me, and a couple of our.
Yes!
We get this at Nikki's house. It's our friend Nikki's lake house. We go to the lake.
It's the same thing.
Oh,
same vibes.
okay.
Same vibes.
All right.
Same vibes.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
It's great. Oh my God, Nikki is in the chat, and he said we've done that before and survived. I would love. I would hate it, obviously, but I would love if we all went there for a weekend and it turned to some horror movie shit. That would be
same.
Like
Same.
I realize
Same.
our chances of survival, you and me, aren't that high.
Whoa,
Marcus, I like to do dumb shit, and you think you're invincible. I'm pretty sure we're gonna die, and we're also minorities. I don't think we're surviving.
Yes, you're right. We are minorities, and we wouldn't survive because of that. But this isn't a movie being made by a white man. Okay, this is
that's
our
true.
lives. It would be real life in this situation.
Oh,
Okay.
Listen, if the movie is about our friendship, you and me, then we got a chance to make it to the end. And it would be the kind of thing where it looked like one of us didn't make it, and then the other one just finally actually did survive and like saved you at the last minute.
I think zombie apocalypse, you and I don't work well together because we would. You said this yourself. You don't make
No,
that
I haven't.
face. Yes,
I
you have.
haven't.
Yes,
No,
you
I
have.
haven't.
Yes, you have.
I said we would do great. You just might have to eventually kill me. That's all. And I'm okay with that. If I need you, Marcus. Here's the thing: in a zombie apocalypse, we are gonna crush it. We survive. We will only let in the people that we need to let in to survive. We will make the hard choices. We will keep things running. I need you though, because if I get to the point where I need to be killed, you're the only one that's going to be able to do it because no one else is going to be able to. Because I would kill everyone else before they have a chance to kill me.
That's
Because
fair.
even once I see their heads turning, like, oh no, Nick might be out of dead.
But you know that about yourself, so you would force me to kill you in this situation.
Because you're my real friend. That's the faith and the love I have for you. That's real friendship.
Come on. T in the chat says he loves us both, but he'd leave us behind. Come
T,
on.
you know what's crazy about that?
Uh-huh.
You think we would let you, but we would not.
No, we'd find T.
You are not going
T's
to
not
be
leaving.
alone.
Who's cooking
You would
for us?
want to be alone. You would insist on it. You would try.
Mhm.
No. We need your Marine Corps training, T. We need that cooking. We need
Yeah.
the survivalist shit.
Yeah. We need someone who can plant and grow stuff. Nature boy,
Yeah.
we got Nikki. Okay. We got, I don't know what you and I are doing, honestly, but I think we're like MacGyvers. Like we can just kind of, we can fit jack
Marcus,
of all
you know what
trades.
we're
We can
doing?
fit into
You know what
anything.
we're doing in this episode of Walking Dead that is our friends and our friend
Uh-huh.
group? We are the ones that are getting shit done.
That is it. We're the creative directors and the doers.
Yeah. We're the doers.
Yeah, 100%.
Like if it's like we're like looking at like a fucking a windmill and we got to get in there because there's electricity and power and then everyone's looking around and it's like, how are we gonna do it? What are we gonna do? You and me would look at each other and we would say, we got it, and we'd go get shit done.
Yeah.
That's what
Yep,
that's what we contribute.
Uh-huh. We'll never have a plan, but we'll do
No.
it. It'll be
We'll
done.
get it done. We will get it done. We don't need no stinking plan.
It's actually the opposite. I feel like I would overplan everything. I'm like, okay, it's 3 miles to this like location. You go here because you've rested for 2 days, and you go here because you've rested. That's how I would be. I feel like I would be like, the
I describe it that
strategizer.
way because it seems like that to the passerby. It's just we know that most people who plan well end up getting in their own way in my experience,
Mhm.
right? I think we would be able to plan the appropriate amount of time and then get shit
That's
done.
fair.
Like, because if there's a split second decision, we will not be stopped by the fear. We will get shit done.
Yeah, that's fair.
We will have a plan. We'll
Yeah.
have made the educated guess, but we're
Yeah.
not going to be like, oh no, I don't. Oh gosh, do we go to the mill? Do we not go to the mill? Like, oh man, yeah, there are pros and cons, but like, what if we don't go? We need to be like, we're not going to the mill. Let's go.
Yeah.
Or we'd be like, let's go to the mill.
Yeah. No, that happened recently on the trip to India.
Yes.
This is proof of that I'm not bullshitting. Is that like whenever there's a lull in the group, I am like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. I feel like we were on a bus for a long time. We didn't expect. I was like, we're playing games. These are the games we're playing. Does anybody want to play? And we were like, oh, we can go here. We can go here. And everyone's like, I don't know. And I was like, we're gonna vote. Who wants to do this? Raise your hand. And then it happened. Darren can confirm in the chat.
And also, Darren, I appreciate you that you're coming because I would love a hat and a sweater. In the
Hat and
zombie
sweaters.
apocalypse.
How else are we gonna
That-
survive winters?
Honestly, that sounds super clutch and important. I will not say, but there is someone else in this house who, for Valentine's Day, was given a wonderful starter kit to learn how to knit. That was last Valentine's Day, and I have yet to get anything. Not even a coffee cozy. Not even like the page one
you don't
thing.
have to put her on blast.
I didn't name anybody. I didn't put anybody on blast.
You say in this house.
You don't know where I live. You don't know what's going on. Our fans don't know. If anything, you just put her on blast. Wow, Marcus, that was rude. I'm going to let Lexi know what you did.
You said her name. Oh, good bit. Good bit.
She's yelling at me from the other room. I'm in the doghouse. Ask me something so I can rave about my wonderful, loving girlfriend.
What? On a scale
Purpose
of 1
do
to
I
10,
have to
how
live in
in
the
love
zombie
are
apocalypse?
you?
My lovely, lovely girlfriend. That's the
Nice.
reason I need to live.
Nice. Sick. You hear that, Lexi? Nick loves
Crushed
you. It doesn't
Crushed it.
matter if you don't knit him anything. He'll wear your love for warmth.
All right. So, Marcus, before we get into the color purple, is there anything you've tried new? Is there anything? Oh, so what are we trying? I forgot.
The Nice House on the Lake, volumes
House on
1
the Lake.
and 2.
James Tinian the Fourth.
Mhm.
Great.
Yeah, you can read them digitally, but like all 12 issues are out. It's just volume 2, the physical copy hasn't been released yet. So if you want to
Gross.
like buy it, you can buy the first one, but not the second one.
That's gross.
I know, it's gross.
How am I supposed to read it? All right, I'll figure it out. So, what's up? What's going on?
Have I tried anything new?
Yeah.
What have I tried new? I feel like I've been just really like doing a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? Just doing a
Are-
lot of emotional work, a
Oh,
lot
okay.
of growth, a lot of
Okay.
analyzing what you contribute to certain problems that you're having. You know, I've been not playing Pokemon Scarlet at all. I'm sorry to those who are offended by that. I don't mean anything personal by it. It's not an attack. I just wasn't for me.
I'm gonna put Nikki on blast. Marcus is out here saying like he's on his like spiritual journey up to like life, and you're like, yeah, but you haven't played Pokemon with it. That's very funny.
I feel like
because he's serious.
you know, 100%. I do like, because of how much Nikki loves Pokemon, I am genuinely like saddened by the fact that I did not like that game. I was like,
Yeah,
when
it
I
sucks.
had to really come to, like, you were there. We played online like one time. I was like, I just can't. And I
You weren't in it. You
I
weren't
was
in it.
forcing myself to play it because you like it, Andrew likes it, Nikki likes it, and I wanted to play with you guys, but
Yeah,
it just wasn't for me.
It's just so wild because you were there for Arceus. You were there. You were on the ride.
Yeah, I feel like with Arceus, I was like, if they improve these things in the next one, I'm all in. And they didn't. And so I was stuck by my word.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm excited for the DLC. I think, no, please, if you're not here to roast us in the chat, what the hell are you doing here? Please continue doing so. But no, I hear you. It's so funny because like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I literally have Pokemon Radical Red like opened up here on this game cartridge next to me. I'm enjoying that more than I have enjoyed Scarlet and Violet. I very much like Scarlet and Violet, but there are problems, and and mainly it felt like a lack of want for me. I don't know. You'd speak on your own, but as I'm watching Lexi play Breath of the Wild, I'm just like, it's just so dumb that we got a Pokemon game that looks and feels like it's on the Wii when we're on Switch era, and it's just like, and I'm not talking about the technical stuff like that contributes to it. I'm just talking like the no voice acting, the lack of side missions. Like, why isn't there a whole side log with all the? Why aren't I helping a Growlithe out of a tree and helping like some girl bond with her Psyduck and like real RPG things? Like, this is an RPG. It shouldn't feel like maintenance quest the game, like making sure to do everything.
And we've both have also played a few like fan made games that are in the style of old Pokemon, which the graphics don't matter. Like, there's no voice acting either, but there's just like a sense of love and passion that I feel like is really in those fan made games too. That I feel like even if Pokemon went back to that style, like, that'd be fun too in its own way and could be interesting. But only if they really care and try.
I literally said the other day, I understand they don't like Nuzlocke, and I understand they don't like fan games. They shouldn't. I get it. They break into their like money stuff. But if they released a game like Radical Red, a small, easy, they can make a game like Radical Red in their sleep with the tech and the people they have. They just have no interest in doing it, I guess, which is so weird.
Look, I always cite Sonic the Hedgehog. I know it's not like the best game franchise or whatever, but Sega was flopping a lot of Sonic games back to back to back, and they hired a bunch of
flopping Sonic games, dude.
And they hired people who were making fan games and were making them well and understood what Sonic was, and they hired them to make, which is the best selling Sonic game of recent years.
Generations?
No, Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania. Yeah. And it killed, and it was great. And now they flubbed again with Sonic Frontiers or whatever.
Mania is literally what I just described. They just made a good version of the old game.
Yeah, that's all they did.
That's all you got to do.
All right, and they didn't even do it. They just hired fans who made the other ones to just make it again. Just fucking they can do that too.
That's crazy. Well, give me one gripe. Give me the one biggest thing, because we can talk about the voice acting. We can talk about the lack of things, but like, what's the one thing? Is it just? I guess you already said it. It's just like lack of heart. It just feels
that's
like
the
no
biggest
love
thing
in
for
that
me. Yeah. Because I don't care about graphics. I don't care. There's a lot of stuff that I'm willing to forgive, but it just
even
felt
quality
like
of life's issues and stuff.
Yeah, it just felt like a chore, and that could just be. A lot of people are enjoying the game. This is one of the highest selling Pokemon games ever. So like, I'm in the minority here, I feel. So it just wasn't for me, and that's it. That's okay.
I will say I teach kids how to play Pokemon at one of my jobs, right? So I literally get to see what a 6 and 8 year old are like playing Pokemon. So you know what their favorite thing about those games is?
What? Catching Pokemon?
Well, no. not catching Pokemon, not grinding,
Walking
not
around.
the story, riding Miraidon and Koraidon around. That is the thing they love the most. And I would say that that's the best part about the game.
Yeah.
Like that feels the coolest.
Yeah.
But
that
it
did
feels
feel
like they're
good.
on a Pokemon adventure. Yeah. But like all the other stuff, it feels like well, the other day the sister was behind the brother. So I had to, while the lesson was going on, I was like throwing her Pokemon and like training them for her because it felt like such a chore for her so she can like catch up. It's not, I don't think Pokemon knows what they got anymore.
Yeah.
I think they just don't know.
I mean, a quick thing, and then we can continue. But we were just talking about Shin Megami Tensei before the podcast started, and Shin Megami Tensei has split their franchise into two series: Persona and Shin Megami Tensei. So Shin Megami Tensei is harder, and Persona is easier, and so a lot of people like Persona more because it is the easier game, and Shin Megami Tensei is just made to be a difficult, challenging JRPG. They're functionally very similar with minor differences, but the main difference is the difficulties. And I think Pokemon
but they
could
made
easily
both.
do something like that. But they
Yeah.
make both. Pokemon can split into two teams, have Pokemon, whatever, darkness or something, like Pokemon, some kind of label, EX, that differentiates it as
I
being
was
like
literally thinking EX.
a
Yeah.
more mature Pokemon franchise, and then have
Yeah.
regular Pokemon that just is for everybody else.
And it doesn't have to be adult. You don't. I don't need cursing and death.
No.
The gameplay, just
Yes.
the game,
Yes.
just how we play.
Yeah.
100% agree. Wow, great point. All right, Marcus, is there anything else you'd like to talk about before we get to the color purple?
Did you try anything new?
Nope.
Okay, great. Let's get to the color purple then.
Currently, I am watching the Scream movies. If we
Yes.
have any fans that are catch this on the later and would like us to do a Scream retrospective, literally watching them all right now. So that's something
Hell
we
yeah.
can totally do. But I have watched one and I've watched two.
Hell yeah.
And I'll give you 2 sentences about each. Scream 1, honestly, really iconic. Really well-made movie, a great entry to the horror franchise, deep dives into exactly what makes a horror movie, and it ages pretty good.
Yeah.
There's a couple little cringe moments because
Sure.
of the time, but overall, not really. Even like Matthew Lillard and Rose Byrne's like over-the-top like acting,
Mhm.
it fits, it works. Like I'm okay with it. Scream 2, bad. It's a bad movie. It's not a great movie. It's not great. And I accidentally swore that the killers were the 2 sorority girls because I thought I had seen it on TV. But the girl in there is an urban legend. And I confused it the whole time. So I thought I knew the ending of the movie the whole time, and I didn't at all.
I like that.
Doesn't mean it was satisfying. It was still unsatisfying. I did not love that movie. And Joseph said 3 is the worst. So I'm not excited to get there. But I am excited to get past that so we can watch 6.
I'm excited to watch 6. I think maybe, I don't know, maybe we come back that week and we do an episode on Scream 6 / PAX East or something.
That
like
sounds like a
that.
good idea.
Yeah. Just
Sounds
so
like
we
a great
can
idea.
joke around and catch up and have
But
a
without further
silly-
ado, this is the Patreon powered episode.
Friends get together so they can try